Napoleon is the newest film from director Ridley Scott, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. This is a film I have been wanting to see, maybe not as much as some others coming out this month, but it was still definitely on my radar. I think the main pull of this movie for me was the acting. Joaquin gives a really stellar performance here. He always puts in the good work no matter what he does. I think I've yet to see a bad performance from him. Like, sure, I personally didn't like 2019's Joker, but even I can admit he gave his all there. I was surprised they didn't pull a Lord of the Rings and have Joaquin shrunk, but then again, the guy is apparently only 2 inches taller than Napoleon, so I suppose it's fine. As good as he was, I don't think his performance was anything Oscar worthy. However, the same thing can be said for Vanessa Kirby. I believe she should absolutely get recognition for her performance here. She's truly a force to be reckoned with, and you can tell in their own weird way, her and Joaquin have a sense of chemistry. That's a big part of this film. It centers a lot on the relationship aspect of Napoleon and Joséphine. I felt it maybe focused on it a little too much, but I feel like this reason could stem from the fact that she was a huge part of his life whenever he's away conquering countries. We hear his love letters to her as an internal monologue, so clearly they wanted to show the importance of the relationship, but after a while I feel like, by that point we got it. I don't know too much about this history, but leading up to this movie, whether it was marketing or not, there would be reports of it being insanely inaccurate to what actually happened, and Ridley Scott would always clap back telling people to shut the fuck up, essentially. I don't really mind this, but at the same time, I can imagine a director like Nolan or Fincher that would make a lot of care into making it as accurate as possible. This is a point where I'm conflicted a bit, because I'm sorry, but the acting was really all I liked here. The only other thing that I thought was done well were a lot of the battle scenes. They're exciting, they're violent, there's a lot happening with so many people involved, and it really turns into a spectacle, and they're pretty fun to watch. Apart from that, I can really feel this thing drag. I don't think it's paced well at all. There's moments where the color palette feels very washed out and ugly, and I'm not asking it to be overly saturated like an MCU film, but fuck, a bit of life into it would make it more interesting. There are these moments in the film, I can't fathom why they do this, but they use what I call office camera. There's a confrontation where people are ganging up on Napoleon, and the camera starts shaking way too much. Then someone you see hits off the camera. It's shot so poorly, and it felt like an outtake. There's another moment later where there's a lens zoom that feels like those zooms in the office where people are giving interviews, and it was just a really weird choice that distracted me more than anything. It could have been a lot better. It suffers from being quite a slog of a film, with apparently there being a 4-hour cut of this. I can see why, because despite this thing dragging, there's also moments where scenes feel like they get cut off way too soon, and I don't fully understand why. Maybe it was a studio thing, who knows. I'm giving Napoleon 3 stars. It's very well acted, but it suffers from being an historical epic that doesn't warrant the epic title, with few very exciting moments, and an overall dull experience that is worth it to see some good acting, and that's really all it has going for it.